And thank you for joining us on Chaos TV today. We're going to be taking a look at the support available to the refugee community and hearing some inspiring stories. If at any time you'd like any more information on the services and support available at CTEC Plus, please get in touch on 0800 334 5525, or you can email customer.admin@ctecplus.co.uk. If you share our values and have expertise in supporting eligible refugees from any of the following schemes, we'd love to hear from you. So that's UK Resettlement Scheme, Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme, Afghan Relocations and Assistance Policy, Refugee Permission to Stay, Community Sponsorship Scheme, Mandate Resettlement Scheme, or the Refugee Family Reunion. By coming together, we will ensure that no one is left behind. Please indicate your interest in partnering with us by completing our online form outlining the services that you offer. To access this, or if you have any other questions at all, please contact partnerships@ctec.co.uk. Wonderful. So today we are taking a look at the support available to the refugee community, specifically highlighting the support on offer to help refugees into work. CTEC Plus provide ESOL adult education classes, helping learners improve their English language skills. We're now joined by Holly Dono from CTEC Plus. Holly was an ESOL tutor for over a year, and we're going to hear more about the classes and support available. Thank you so much for joining us today, Holly.
Hi, I'm sorry, but I can't hear anything.
Oh, that's okay. We can get that sorted. So, yeah, we're going to be...
Hear you now.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
That's okay. So I've touched very briefly on ESOL, helping with English language skills. Could you tell us a little bit more in depth about those classes?
Absolutely. So ESOL stands for English for Speakers of Other Languages, and these courses we offer to people who are living in the UK and need more support with their language skills. We cover reading, writing, and speaking and listening, and we try to support both spelling and pronunciation. The classes are really interactive. We have a range of different nationalities, teachers from different walks of life, so we try to be really well-rounded for the learners. They can also get some vocational qualifications whilst they're with us, and that's integrated into their lessons.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. So as well as all the English language upskilling, there's so much more to this, isn't there?
Absolutely. We try to help people integrate into their local communities. So we offer British values and living and working in the UK, and that really gives them the opportunity to understand how they can get into employment. We also offer night classes, so we have a different access opportunities for people who have different responsibilities at home or might be working, but they need that extra language support. And also it's really about the social side to it, so it's supporting people who might not have any of the connections in the UK with their transition, with their mental health, with confidence, and just getting them those skills and social skills as well as language skills that they might need when they arrive in the UK.
That's really, really great that there's so much support on offer there. Not like you said, not just learning English, but doing like the social side of it as well. And the fact that it's so accessible to everyone is great.
Yeah, we try our best to access all the different communities that we work with to really listen to what their needs are and adapt our classes to their needs. So, for example, we've had classes which are specific for Ukrainian refugees, where we really adapt the lessons to what they need when they've just arrived. But that's information about their national insurance numbers, about how to find childcare. You know, it spans across their whole life in the UK. So it's really trying to adapt our service to everybody who we reach out to and who we help is really important to us, and it helps us be successful with the local communities.
Absolutely. So how long do these classes actually run for?
So they run for 4 months, and in that time, learners will access a different number of certificates. So they'll get 3 ESOL certificates, plus they'll have some vocational certificates such as living and working in the UK. or employability, which helps them with their employability skills, of course. And those 4 months we find are quite intensive. So it's really getting that support to them as quickly as possible to make the biggest amount of difference that we can. So we see the learners 5 days a week. So it's quite intensive for those 4 months.
Definitely. So how is the training delivered? Is it on person or online?
We did deliver online during the pandemic, but since then we've moved back to in-person lessons. We think that that is really valuable for the learners. Learning a language is quite difficult, so having that classroom environment, everybody together, the socialization, the opportunity to practice the language skills not only in the classroom, but when they arrive or when they leave, they can make friends with each other and practice their language skills. So we find in-person is great. It also helps to do that travel training. We reimburse learners for their travel, but having them travel to the city centre, it just broadens their opportunity to practice the language that we are providing them with in the centre.
Absolutely. So you touched upon helping Ukrainian refugees when they first arrive in this country with their whole lives in the UK. Is it just them that's eligible, or is it just anyone that is in need of help that's eligible for these classes?
So they're adult education classes, so they're open to adults, but it's anybody who's in need. So we have a number of different schemes in which learners can be eligible for the classes. So, for example, Ukrainian refugees under the resettlement scheme were able to access our classes straight away from the first day that they arrived. However, some of our other learners on our AEB contract have to wait until they've been in the country for 6 months. There's also some earning limits on their eligibility. So it could be a maximum of £21,000 per year that they're earning. But apart from that, we try and help everybody who we can. So anybody who's a refugee or an asylum seeker who's been in the country for 6 months can reach out to us. We've also had other specialist programs, for example, the BNO program for Hong Kong learners. So really, there's so many different schemes available. If a learner came to us from any country around the world, we would definitely figure out a way that we can help them with that straight away or after that 6-month mark.
Absolutely, that's wonderful. So you must have a wonderful mixture of participants in your classes, as you just mentioned Hong Kong, etc. Do you celebrate the variety of cultures there?
Absolutely, I think that's one of the strengths of the classes. So we have so many different people from all continents around the world, different backgrounds, different traditions, different religions, and it's really celebrating that diversity in the classroom. So that's really built into our curriculum. That could be celebrating traditional days when they come around, or if they don't come around within the time frame that the learners are with us. Part of their speaking and listening classes is giving presentations on celebration days in their countries. Otherwise, they have writing tasks where they have to write about recipes that come from their country's traditional recipes. So it's always looking at how in our curriculum we can build in those celebrations. And of course, as part of British Values, we all share our different backgrounds and our beliefs, and we talk about tolerance and mutual respect, and it really helps our learners to celebrate the diversity in the classroom. Sometimes we even have celebration days at the end of the course where learners will bring food that's traditional from their countries and we'll share together. So it's just a really great opportunity. You have people from all walks of life together.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. It sounds like a really good opportunity to learn not only about British values and our kind of culture, but learning about like other people. You may never meet someone from, say, Hong Kong. I'll bring that up again, but you may never meet someone from there. But it'd be so nice just to like learn their cultures and really make friends and connect on like another level. Would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And then all of our learners are in a situation where they've ended up moving to the UK, not necessarily by choice, and that is kind of shared between some of our learners, those feelings and emotions. Despite their such different cultures, they can really support each other, and sometimes having this distraction of something else to talk about our food, talk about our celebrations, positive things and exciting things, it really helps to build confidence, resilience, and I would say friendships within the classroom. it's fantastic to see people from such different countries, just different cultures and backgrounds come together and embrace each other's differences. It's a really nice and really positive thing about the classes.
Definitely. It sounds like it's nice for them to be able to relate together and relate through the experiences that they've gone through, that potentially someone they may meet further down the line might not have, so they can have that support system there as well whilst they're doing these classes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really important, vital for them.
Lovely. So we've also heard that you've recently gotten a new role in your job. Could you tell us a little bit more about what this entails?
Absolutely. So I've worked as an ESOL tutor for CTAC for over a year, and then in August this year I transitioned into a different role. I'm now education researcher, and as part of that I'm looking into our ESOL delivery, and I'm currently running a project how we can identify the barriers to learning for different communities and different ethnic groups. And that's really part of our work, to understand our local communities, to reach out to them and have those conversations about what they need and what their difficulties are. And as part of that, we plan to adapt our classes in the future based on those findings, so that we make sure we're accessible to all backgrounds, all people from different walks of life, men and women equally. So that project should be completing in early 2023, and the findings will be published for CTAC, and hopefully shared across the ESOL community, not just for ourselves, but for other providers as well, so we can really make an impact in our local communities and support refugees from different ethnic groups and different backgrounds, hoping that we can get a bit more of equality in the classroom, and just some positive outcomes from that project. So it's been really interesting so far that I've been working on it, and I'm looking forward to publish the results next year.
Yeah, that sounds extremely exciting and also very, very rewarding as well.
Yeah, it definitely is rewarding, because as a teacher I was able to help those learners one-to-one, and in this way I can help them on a bigger scale as well. So I think it really demonstrates CTAC's investment in the local communities, and how we don't want to just deliver our classes. We want to make a bigger change if we can, and really support those communities, whether that's just for CTAC or for all providers of ESOL.
Absolutely. Holly, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and tell us all about ESOL. It's terrific to hear how much support there is available.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. So we recently had the opportunity to speak to Yulia. Yulia is a Ukrainian refugee, and after arriving in the UK wanted to upskill her language skills with the help of CTAC Plus's ESOL Skills for Life Academy. Let's hear her story now.
I'm here with Julia, who's from Ukraine and currently receiving support and employability advice here at CTAC Plus. We're going to talk to you a bit today about your journey here and how you've found the experience receiving the support through CTAC. So could you tell us a bit about your background, please?
I'm from Ukraine. My name is Yulia. I arrived here with my two children. There is two boys, 7 and 12 years old. We arrived here 27th of March. It was a really difficult journey, but we are here in safety, in a good country, with very kind and polite people. And we are really like to live here, and we are really happy with this. And I want to say before that I really want to say thank you for Ukrainian, for all British people who support us, and for organization CTAC too. It was my first experience for improve my English here, and other support.
So you've been having support with Mel, your work advisor, and I know she's been helping with language development and helping you improve your English, which is very good already.
Yes.
How have you found that experience, the support given from CTAC Plus, and how they've helped almost embrace the situation in a sense and help you?
I have here many supporting. I have English course, I have job searching, and I passed my course for Excel and Word in English, because I know it in Ukrainian language, but I never practiced. If you hear me 3 months ago, I can't say anything in English, but now I'm not perfect, but it's my English more better than in the start of my journey here. And I spent more time in these walls, and I feel support not only like from government. I think here I feel support for people who have a very big heart, because if you not want to help for people, you can do it. And I really like tradition here on CTEC. When people have a job here, or job coach find some job for some people, we can hear applause on all of Zal. I hope soon soon
They'll be lucky to have you.
I hear applause for my address.
So you were telling me a bit about your previous work. You previously worked as a lawyer, fully qualified solicitor with the council as well. It must be very difficult and different as well to come over here and change that role, and obviously such a highly qualified position back at home in Ukraine to come over here. Are you looking to retrain in that area?
Yes, I have a 2 degree. It's a bachelor's and master's of law, and it was 7 years for do this. I have a lot of experience with the law. I have a solicitor. I was a solicitor, and after I worked with the government, my last job in Ukraine was a state registrar in a council, city council, and here, unfortunately, now I can't do this role because I must improve my English better. It's specific English, I think, but I hope in time I can do it.
So you're working at the moment, aren't you? I think you're working with your sister. You're doing a cafe, aren't you?
Yes.
How have you found that?
I really like it, because we have a great, it's a family cafe. We can share this job with my sister, who arrived with me here. We share an English course. She in the morning, I'm in the afternoon, and we can share our job. I'm in the morning, she's in the afternoon. It's near the place where we live, and near at school when my boys learning.
So saying about your boys and going to school, then obviously there's such a different culture here as well. How have you found it adapting to the culture here? Has that support helped? Have CTEC helped support that adapting?
For me, I really feel support here, because I have new friends, new relationships, informal, formal, and my children too try to adapt it here, because my youngest son never speak in English before, but now he can do it, and he can do it well.
Great. How have you found it working with Mel? How have you found Mel and being your work advisor? Has that been valuable to you?
With Mel, I have a lot of support, because he or she give me always tell me and give me confidence with my language skills. She always tell me, you can, you're really good, you done well, and she helped me to do my CV, to adapt it for UK, and soon will be maybe on after New Year. I try to work in my profession.
That's great, and I fully agree with Mel. You can do it, and you've proved today if you can do this as well. I think it's definitely that it's there. I think. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
It's really important. Thank you for sharing your story as well. It's great to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Yulia for sharing her story with us. It's so very inspiring and powerful. And it's wonderful to hear about how valued the support she's received from CTEC Plus has been. If you'd like any more information regarding the eSoul Skills for Life Academy, please get in touch now. You can either call on 0800 334 5525 or email customer.admin@ctecplus.co.uk. Like I was saying earlier, if you share our values and have expertise in supporting eligible refugees from any of the following schemes, we'd absolutely love to hear from you. If you are part of the UK Resettlement Scheme, the Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme, the Afghan Relocations and Assistance Policy, the Refugee Permission to Stay, Community Sponsorship Scheme, Mandate Resettlement Scheme, or the Refugee Family Reunion, we would absolutely love to hear from you. By coming together, we will ensure that no one is left behind. Please indicate your interest in partnering with us by completing our online expression of interest outlining the services you offer. To access this, or if you have any other questions, please contact partnerships@ctec.co.uk. Right, moving on, we have another exciting guest for you. So Wirral Change provide a range of services to support disadvantaged Black, Asian and minority ethnic communities. With us now to talk more about their work in partnership with CTEC Plus is Wirral Change CEO Clint Agard. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, Clint.
Thank you for having me.
It's lovely to meet you. So could we just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and Wirral Change?
Well, Wirral Change, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wirral Change. Bit of a story, but briefly, 18 years ago, myself and the now Deputy CEO, Sabra Ahmed, set Wirral Change up. There's a bit of noise trouble. Can you hear it? Can you hear that at your end?
I can hear you, but I can't hear any other feedback.
Oh, okay, that's cool. We set it up, and originally we set it up to help South Asian women and African and Caribbean males use the local job centre. Anyway, long story short, it quickly developed into from a project to a charity with 32 staff, and to date we've seen well over 15,000 people, all from different parts of the country. Most recently, we are still part of the EU settlement scheme, working closely with the Home Office, which has been a remarkable, helpful scheme. And we recently employed our first Ukraine part-time worker as a general advisor, Lilia, and we work with asylum seekers and refugees. We have a health and well-being team. We have an employment team. And we have immigration advice. We're OISC level 1 registered, hopefully soon to be level 2 registered in being able to give out immigration advice. And we are in partnership with Citizens Advice to give out advice in benefits. So we do quite a range of things. And to date, we're a very busy organisation.
It sounds like it. It sounds like an absolutely huge organisation, especially starting from, you said, about 18 years ago. It must have changed so much in that span of time, surely.
Oh yeah, remarkably, it's changed. Yeah, it really changed during that time. We've seen the range and diversity of our local racial community become so diverse and larger during that time. And now that the Wirral is what you call a dispersal area, where asylum seekers are sent to be assessed, a lot, if granted leave to stay, localise themselves and settle in the Wirral. So the changes, you're right, the changes are huge. And when we started, there was only 2 organisations in the Wirral. Now there's about 6, and we need everyone.
Absolutely. So I've taken a look at some of the services that you have on offer, and the community groups look absolutely amazing. How have you seen this support help people?
The community groups have been key. By having them, we have been able to develop the community groups that we support, and also employ people from those community groups. We have a Thai community group who the lead for the Thai community group is now our business manager. We have a Polish community group. We now have 2 staff from the Polish community that work for us. One as a general advisor, and one as in employment and immigration as well. We have Romanian staff that we support. We now have a Romanian representation on the board of trustees and a member of staff from Romania. So the groups, and all that has come from the groups. The groups have been really key in encouraging new community members to the area to develop themselves and empower them as a community.
Absolutely, that sounds amazing, especially the fact that people can get into employment with yourselves just by going to a community group. You're not only helping and supporting these people in potentially times of crisis, but you're also providing them with every other aspect that you can, really.
Well, one of my bugbears, if you like, is the fact that we have, I think our government is missing a trick here. And this is one of the reasons that I work so closely with CTEC. Is I think that our government is missing the trick that we have a lot of people from other parts of the world who have achieved academically from the place of origin. And we make it, our system makes it very difficult for them to transfer those skills or in the UK. You know, we've got doctors, we've got judges, we've got barristers, we've got engineers, high quality engineers. And these are people who want to work and want to contribute to our economy, but the system doesn't allow them to do it that easily because there is a very high cost to transfer qualifications over to British qualifications.
Absolutely, no, it is a really good point that you've raised there. So is there any support or service in particular that you found has been proving popular or found has been helping people the most?
From the services that we give, it's really hard to pick one. I have to admit, I have to credit my fantastic staff who, for instance, the Welcome to Wirral team, which is the team that deal with asylum seekers and refugees. And you've got to bear in mind, when the then staff member said she wanted to do this, we had very few asylum seekers and refugees in the Wirral. But the Wirral is quite a picturesque rural area with its problems, but we didn't have that big of an asylum and refugee community at the time, and I actually said, okay, I'll go with it, but I don't think it's going to work. It's now our biggest project. So I think that one is we get people into other services, refer them into other services. We watch them go on their journey from asylum to a refugee. We help them with housing. We help them with employment and training as well. I think that's the best one.
Yeah, it sounds great. It must be such a heartwarming job just to be able to see someone from when they first get here to just following their journey with them and helping them on their journey.
You're quite right. It's extremely heartwarming, and it's fantastically tearful and rewarding, as you say, suggest. Watching them come from, you're talking about somebody who's turned up in a rubber dinghy and ended up with a new home, integrated into the British society, and starting a completely new life. Very, very resilient people, the asylum seekers and refugees. Very resilient.
Absolutely, it sounds it. For a lot of them, obviously, majority will come here under circumstances that aren't exactly the best, and to be able to provide people with a platform and just a way to get on their feet when they first get here is just truly, truly amazing. It's great work that you do.
Thank you. We see it that way also. The first thing we encourage them to do is speak English. Without English, we feel they can't be as empowered as they could be. So we and if I'm honest with you, that's probably the most heartwarming thing, because when some of our clients come over and they say, all they can say is hi, and then within 3-4 months they're actually going, hi Clint, how are you? That is amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So you must have come into thousands of different people over the years. I think you mentioned 15,000 people that you've helped in the past 18 years. But do you have any favourite stories or anything that stands out to you? And it's quite a difficult one.
It is a difficult one because there's plenty. I think to answer that question, I would say the fact that we do what we do is just amazing. And what I would say is the fact that we can react to situations as an organisation and create a new needed service for the client group to help empower them better. I think that's that would be my favourite. That would be my favourite.
That's great. So I understand that you've partnered with CTEC Plus. So how have you found the whole experience of partnering with them?
CTEC, I've been working with CTEC and in particular Gary Bennett, who works for CTEC. Gary and I have known each other for 18 during the full duration of lifetime of Wirral Change.
Yeah.
He's always been a great supporter of Wirral Change. He understands, since being at CTEC, he's one of the few partners that, and I can count them on one hand, that understand what Wirral Change needs help with, and he has tried with CTEC to support us in every way that he possibly can, and for that I'm eternally grateful. So this new exciting project that's upon us, I am genuinely looking forward to taking part in.
That's wonderful. So could you talk a little bit about the benefits of working alongside CTEC Plus when you're offering this support to refugees and asylum seekers?
Well, the benefits, it's what they bring to the table and how they're very flexible as an agency stroke organisation. Very, very flexible. Like I said to you, they listen to the issues that our clients have, because sometimes when they come to us, it doesn't exactly fit.
Yeah.
And they're one of the very few organisations that I can say, actually, that's not right. But if you did it this way, it would be. And they go away and they make it fit. And I that is amazing because, they're a mainstream organisation and they kind of stumbled upon the refugee thing in a way, but they've been brave enough to run with it because, as you know, there are, organisations would look at what CTEC do and think bit of a risk, with it being the client group that it is, unfortunately. But CTEC roll the sleeves up and run with it, and they support us to the hilt to deliver it.
Lovely, that sounds so nice, and that must be such a pleasure to work alongside them as well. Clint, thank you so much for joining us today to talk more about the support and services on offer at Wirral Change. Could you just let me know, where can people get in touch to find out more about what you do?
Okay, so you can either email me directly at clint@wirralchange.org.uk or info@wirralchange.org.uk, or you can contact us via our website www.wirralchange.org.uk, and you can go in there and different languages, everything, you to be able to contact us.
Wonderful. That is so lovely to chat to you today, Clint, and thank you so much for joining us. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye now.
Okay, thank you. Wasn't that lovely? It was so nice to find out all about the support that Wirral Change offer, and it's not just only in that community, it's all over the country, as Clint said. So moving on, we recently caught up with Amy Carlton, the Operations Director for the National Careers Service, to hear more about the support on offer across the South West and Oxfordshire. Let's take a look.
So I'm here with Amy Carlton, who's the National Career Service Operations Director. Amy, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you. Good to be here.
So let's start from the beginning. What is the National Careers Service?
It's probably the best kept secret, if I'm being honest. So the National Careers Service is a service that provides careers information, advice and guidance. We help customers to make decisions on learning, training and work at all stages in an individual's career.
And this is a really exciting project that lots of people can get involved with.
Absolutely. So unlike some other services that we have, the National Career Service is available to everybody. So age 19 and over, we are able to work with 18-year-old NEETs, and there is a web chat and email facility service for our 13 to 18-year-olds. But this really is for absolutely anybody. You don't need to be in receipt of certain benefits. You can already be working and looking to upskill, or maybe a change of direction or career. It really is for everybody.
And it kind of does what it says on the tin, National Careers Service, but specifically what support is available and how can you help people with their kind of journey into employment?
Sure. Well, it's very tailored and individualised. So we operate on a one-to-one basis. We can do some group delivery as well. We can support with things like upskilling. So as I said, if somebody's already working and wants to take the next step in their career, we can provide careers information, advice and guidance on the next steps. We forecast, so we look ahead at what's up and coming, what sectors are up and coming, and if people are aligned to those sectors with their current skill set. For people who are not working, we can support with, really important things like CVs, local labour market intelligence, which firms are recruiting, etc. There's a whole host of things that we're able to do. I think the most important bit about the National Careers Service is there isn't an exhaustive list. It's really responsive.
So it's really people-centred, people-focused, and really exploring what is the best opportunities and pathways for those individuals.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
And it's not just for the people looking to get back into work. There's a lot of support available for employers as well.
Yes, we do work with employers. Again, the list isn't exhaustive as to the things that we can support with, but we can help if with things like CPD, so continued professional development for staff that are already working. Again, we can support employers with looking at the skills mix, any skills gaps, and providing some information and guidance on that. We can help with recruitment, so supporting organisations to recruit, providing feedback to unsuccessful people and information as to how they can get their application right next time. It really is a broad range that we're able to support with.
And this is a service that's available right across the country, for as we've said. What are your kind of highlights or favourite bits, or like what makes this project so special and unique to be able to support people in such a broad way?
My favourite piece is the community engagement. So this isn't a traditional service that you can only access via, I don't know, for example, the job centre. We can access this, as previously we've hired a bus and we've toured. We've taken it on tour. Why not? We're at shopping malls, shopping centres. We're in every community venue that you can think of. I like the fact that it is out there, it is in your local communities, and it's really accessible for everybody to engage with.
And I guess for people who might be interested in reaching out for support and information, what does a typical journey look like? Is it? I guess it can be quite varied depending on the person's needs. But what should I expect if I was to sign up today?
So typically we have people phone our national line, which I'm happy to go through. That's 0800 100 900. The call will be answered by one of our customer service advisors. They will have a conversation with you to discuss and ascertain where you're currently at, what support you think you currently need, and we'll look to book you in with an advisor. Again, we're really accessible. Face-to-face isn't for everybody, but we are out there in your local community if you need to see us. So we can look at whether you would benefit from that face-to-face appointment, on the phone, web chat, whatever your circumstances permit, we'll do that. Then you'll be seen by a careers advisor who will explore with you your plan, if you like. And we call it a careers and skills action plan. So we take your current situation or your previous experience, where you want to go, and we provide you with tailored advice and guidance and next steps of your journey.
Great. I love it. I love how much support's available and how people focused this project really is. So just remind us, how can people get in touch? How can we reach out and start an exciting new journey?
Fantastic. So yes, you phone the national booking line, which is that 0800 number, so 0800 100 900. You will have the option to press for which area you're in, so whether that's northwest or southwest, there'll be an option number, and then you'll be taken straight through to one of our National Careers Service team, and we'll be there to support you in booking your review.
And this is free, doesn't cost me anything.
Absolutely free, doesn't cost a single penny, no.
Love it. Amy, thank you so much for your time today. Pleasure talking to you. And I guess the takeaway is go sign up for the National Careers Service.
Absolutely. Yes, get phoning us. Let's get you seen and support you on your next steps. Yeah, pick up the phone.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks.
Lovely chatting to Amy there, and like Nath said, pick up the phone to talk to the National Careers Service and they'll get you started on your journey. If you'd like to keep up to date with all of our amazing guests and interviews, be sure to head over to the CTEC Plus YouTube page. Moving on, we're going to be joining Mandy, the community coach for Positive People here in Cornwall. Mandy was asked by a local community group to speak with some newly welcome Ukrainian refugees about the interwork support available at CTEC Plus. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm the community coach for Positive People in Cornwall. We're in Corsands today running an event for Ukrainian families, providing them information, support and opportunities for employment. We were approached by a local community project at Millbrook, and they highlighted to us that there was a lot of Ukrainian families in the area, and some of those families were struggling to complete documentation for them to remain in the country. They're also looking for work opportunities, and we're also quite isolated because of the nature of the towns that we're in here. So together with them, we've put the event together. They very kindly hired a really lovely location to us, and we've invited as many families as we could along today. And what's been really great from it is actually all of those factors that we felt were issues have been issues for people. So it's been really great to talk to the families today and be able to start providing that support for them.
Hello, I'm Kirsten. I work as a change coach for Cornwall Neighbourhoods for Change.
Hello, my name is Victoria Garna. I am from Ukraine and I work with Sina4C in Suntolston.
So we've been in Korsan today at this lovely little place, meeting Ukrainian guests who have arrived over the past couple of months or so, looking at signing them up onto Positive People programme so that we can support them with training, education. Cornwall Marine Network's been here, looking at doing ESOL classes.
I think it's English language what is important for refugees because they understood as Cornish people want to help, but they sometimes have misunderstanding between sponsor and refugees, what is very important. ESOL, maybe some express education with languages. This is help a lot.
Some of our Ukrainian guests haven't got all the evidence that we actually require. So we will be meeting them again. I'm coming back to Tor Point next week, and hopefully we'll have a fair few sign-ups and support them in their journey.
This is true. I'm thinking it's because different country, different mentality. It's people need time to trust us. For Cornwall people, and they understood Cornish people are very helpful, very generous. But trust, you need building trust. So it's just take time.
Working together, we can build that trust so that we can support them, for what they need. We look at it as a journey, and things can change throughout that journey. You know, it is ever changing. You might start with a participant who is wanting one thing, things change, so you have to amend your action plans, your reviews, and as you get to know them and build that trust and build that relationship, you know, you start picking other things up. So it's all about building that relationship between change coach and participant.
Thank you so much to Mandy for all of her hard work, and to the community of Cawsand for being so lovely and welcoming. That was just so nice to see and watch. So this brings us to the end of our CTEC Plus hour today. So just want to remind you again, if you share our values and have expertise in supporting eligible refugees from any of the following schemes, we'd love to hear from you. So that is the UK Resettlement Scheme, the Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme, the Afghan Relocations and Assistance Policy, the Refugee Permission to Stay, the Community Sponsorship Scheme, Mandate Resettlement Scheme, and the Refugee Family Reunion. By coming together, we will ensure that absolutely no one is left behind, and I think that's a really important message in these trying times at the moment. Please indicate your interest in partnering with us by completing our online expression of interest form outlining the services that you offer. To access this, or if you have any other questions, please contact partnerships@ctec.co.uk. So that is it from us today. I have been Bryna Jordan, and we will be back tomorrow from 10 till 2 on Chaos TV. Thank you very much and see you later. Bye bye.